Just gonna start it.
Come on, you bugger.
Okay, we're good.
This is the offbeat.
We're going?
I think so. Yes, we're going. Yes.
All right. Hello, everybody.
Oh yeah, trying to kill a mosquito there.
Let's have some. Let's have a time.
I think it will be fun.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Keep playing your song.
What?
Okay, we're gonna start over. Start over. They play their song first.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. I think you gotta play your song first.
You played the whole song.
Play your song.
Play your song. And then after
And then
you
we
go
go-
into just that.
Oh, okay. Okay, ready? Hold on a second.
Drum solo.
Seamless.
This one's gonna be so good. It's gonna be worth it. All right. Stream resumed. Yeah, it says we're going. What? I don't like the looks of this at all. All right, it's working. Let's go. I don't care what it says. It says it's not.
Let's go from the
working.
top, guys. Let's play the song. Ready?
All right.
Let's go
One,
from the top. 1, 2.
2. 1, 2.
You said good luck and sent me flying. I'm blowing seconds, I'm so confined. In my hole, I'm all alone. Got your picture on the wall just like before. Like before. They wait, post every day. Don't wanna see it pass my way anymore. Oh, now I'm crying, future on the floor. Ever so upset, believing all your words. Will I never learn?
Sports live from the Dutch Hall. Against doctor's orders. Against everyone's orders. They told me, Pete, you're going to be in no condition today to perform a show. I said, you know what? I have to. I feel I have to get the word out. I have to become a voice of everyone that's been victimized by Bill Cosby.
Ooh,
Because
wow.
now I appreciate. And I can't say I really know for sure, but let's just say facts are facts, Michael. I went into a building today. I met a girl named Deb.
Okay.
She gave me some sort of drug.
Well, see you later.
I remember nothing. All I do know is they put stuff in my butt, Michael.
Good stuff.
Thank you. That hit. That was the right hit. Stuff in my butt. Stuff in my butt.
What stuff?
Anyways, they also gave me the drugs that killed Michael Jackson. And they said under no circumstances, drink beer with it.
So why not try beer?
You know how you get over a colonoscopy? You invite in an excellent band that can serenade you as your butthole is healed. Tonight is Bad Reed.
Hey.
1, 2, chorus out! But there's only one way to get this show started, people.
How's that, Peter?
Oh, it's a theme song, Michael. the Dutch Hall.
That's how you do it.
All right.
We are Canada's only late night talk show and the greatest podcast to ever come out of a pool shed in Pine Grove, Ontario.
What up?
Bar none. And I believe we are that way because we have the greatest band in Canadian late night history, the Nocturnal Emissions.
Yeah.
Comprised tonight of a super group of all super groups.
Fuck yeah.
Not only do we have our band leader, Michael Bowe, sitting right beside me here.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen.
Kevin, come on, clap for him.
Thanks, Kev.
But we also have Caesar Electric German on lead guitar, as always.
Hey, Willie.
Steven.
And the balls of the Nocturnal Emissions, Whiskey, Wes Hagens, everyone.
Oh, yeah.
But this week we also have joining the Nocturnal Emissions.
It's a real treat.
The entire cast of Bad Reed has decided they're going to be part of the band.
Yeah.
On guitar, oh shit, Paul McDougall, everybody.
Ah, there you go.
Yeah, there we go.
Holly.
On drums, the second time back here in the Dutch Hall.
Two times.
Two times for Costa. Justin.
Yeah.
And at keyboards and lead vocals, we have Sydney Solazo. There she goes. She's right back from Europe, people.
Sydney.
And plugging away on the bass. We got two pairs of balls here in the Nocturnal Emissions this week. We have George Olette, everyone.
Yeah.
And no podcast is complete without a director slash bartender slash brother. And this week we have one. Paul Van Dyke is here, everyone. Let's hear it for him.
Hey.
Yay, Paul.
Mr. Everything.
And our technical lead, he's here tonight. He's sweating bullets. He worked his tail off before the show. Let's hear it for the French stickler, Kevin Lange, everyone.
Hey.
Smoking cigarettes.
Yeah, that's what you should be doing.
Working behind the
Yeah,
scenes.
behind the scenes today. And I'm your oh, you want to do it?
And your host from Live from the Dutch Hall. It's due time. Fresh on his camera and his ass. Pete Van Dyke, folks.
Peter time.
Yeah, that was great.
I Awesome, guys.
That's a good opening. You know, I know why? Because you guys are like, except for Costa, you guys are all first timers, right? But you got every part of it, eh? Like you guys just
Straight jamming.
That's
Yeah.
how you do it.
That's how you do it. That's every week. Yeah, these guys are. I like them. Again, you see what happens though. Now, you guys were witness to something at the beginning of the show. that we have to talk about. We got to get it out in the open. It's the elephant in the room here.
That was just for the shareholders.
Yeah, no, it's not just for the shareholders. It's you know, I've had a long day, Michael. I've had a long day, which really did involve getting things put in my butt. And, you know, you think about a lot of things when you're thinking about getting some shoved in your butt because you got to prep for it for like 3 days. You can't eat food, you know, you can't do any of the things you love, and you have to like wait for them to shove something in your butt. So it's an ominous thing coming towards you. It's like knowing you're going to have a date with Cosby. You know you have the date with Cosby, you know, coming up. You know what he's up to. You know exactly what he's up to. You look him in his eyes, and you drink the drink knowing what Cosby's going to do to you.
Really?
That's what it was like today.
Really?
That's what Deb did to me. I
Deb?
blame Deb. She really talked me into those drugs. She said I was going to enjoy them. But you know what? I don't know. I think I'd rather be awake and know what they're up to. Right? Also, I want to know why they don't wait till I'm asleep then to check out my asshole. Why do they do that while I'm still awake?
They just want the sphincter relaxed when it goes in. And you can't, when you're like anticipating it, like,
Yeah, but they
yeah,
want to have a
you're
good
all
look at it when it's puckered.
When it's
You
puckered,
want
that's
to
right.
be loosened
that's the
up.
best
Yeah,
look.
Or they get a good look at it when I'm awake. It's just a little shame thing before you fall asleep. Like, we are going to look at it, so we want you to know about that. We're going to get in the young pretty nurse to come look at it right now.
That's right.
And then introduce you while she's looking at it. Oh, this is Rachel. I'm like, oh, hi, Rachel. How you doing? Yeah.
Nice prostate.
Sometimes I push too hard.
Healthy.
That's what you're looking at there. A lifetime of bad choices. Yeah. Rachel, sorry about that. Anyways, but literally you take it was the Michael Jackson drugs I got, and then boom, you're asleep, and then boom, you're awake again.
Did they tell you that? We're
Yeah.
giving you the Michael Jackson drugs?
Yeah.
Oh.
Really?
Like 3 times.
Wow.
Yeah. Deb told me.
Deb. She's a real go-getter.
Deb also tried to get me to smoke pot a lot. She asked me a lot, you on pot? Try the pot? I'm like, Deb, you want to party right now? Fuck, I've got a colonoscopy today, but Jesus, if you got some, I'll smoke it with you, Deb. I like what you're up to. Anyways, it wasn't as bad as you'd think. They say the worst part is that the cleanse, the before, because you have to take like all these laxatives to expel yourself of stuff. And I always thought, well, that'd be good because you could, I could get rid of that stuff anyway, you know? It's not supposed to be in there for that long.
I could
right?
use a good clean out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they really make you feel bad if you don't have yourself cleaned out properly. And I was worried that I didn't clean myself out as enough. Because you think you're done. They say clear. You got to poop clear.
Oh, really?
Is what they say. What does that mean? Like water? Right?
And how'd they grade you? How'd you do?
Well, I'm looking in the toilet all the time looking, is that clear? I mean, it's like a T. You know? At first it was cloudy and eventually it had more clarity. But I'm like, is that what they mean? Or do they mean like water, like no color at all?
Got a bit of brass in there.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Anyways, all's well that ends well. I don't know if I had a clean bill of health, but I definitely, she's nothing really scary up my ass. It was like, they seemed to be really happy with it. They were complimentary on my butt when I
that's good.
left, which I thought was good.
That's positive.
Yeah, good news, everyone. For whoever's interested at home, I'm sure this is why you all tuned in today. And that's why you guys practice at home. You practice in a band so you can be on a show to listen to a guy talk about his butt for a day.
Oh, hey.
That's what you came into. And you're sweating your balls off. It's hot as blazes in here.
That's the business.
Yeah. Anyways, we are very, very pleased to have you guys in here.
Yeah.
Number one, Costa is a friend of the show. He was in once before, and we liked him so much, we definitely wanted to have another one of his projects in.
Yep.
And this one, he says, if you compare this one to all his other projects, the other projects, if you stacked them together, wouldn't even amount to like a pimple on the ass of how great Bad Read is what he said.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Is that what
That's what I said when we were talking on Facebook there.
Yeah.
That was the first. That's what I led with.
Yeah, that's what you led with. Yeah, this was the one you want on.
High praise.
Or if they can't make it, then these other guys will come.
Yeah.
Get that. Who's that?
Other than that, yeah.
Ooh,
Salesmanship, Costa.
we got people to fill every opening you got. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa. Who said whoa?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Steve really likes it when someone offers to fill his openings.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. We don't really know a lot about Steve. He's been here for like 2 years,
It's the German in it.
but you can listen once in a while to what he reacts to, and then you get a feel for what kind of guy he is. You know, like we don't know, but I take it from that little interaction that you had with Steve right there.
He's logged that now.
Yeah, he likes things in his ass, right? Like
Oh,
he
it's
said.
it's log.
Oh, is that how that goes?
Oh, isn't that what you just did?
No, it was more that he had openings to fill.
Yeah.
Oh, you
Right.
you had openings to fill. So Steve wanted. You're a pitcher. Okay, I'm sorry. I apologize. I apologize.
Thanks for clearing that up.
Yeah.
That's great. Perfect.
He likes you physically, but
I don't know why.
he won't take it from you. You know, which is fine, Steve. But
That's great.
I thought you were. I don't know. I always thought of Steve as a bottom, didn't you?
I don't know.
You don't think of it very often, Michael.
No.
You don't say if Steve was my lover.
I'm lying. Yeah.
You never do that
In my
in your tractor. You're just like cultivating.
Steve.
if Steve was my gay lover, I wonder. No, it's never happened.
Just did.
Never once, eh?
Nope. Couldn't even get through that one.
Is it Steve? Is it something about Steve that you don't like?
Nope.
The German?
Nope. Not at all. I like Steve quite a bit. Great guy.
It's the whole gender.
Oh, okay. I want it. People are. Some people are like that. Old fashioned. Old fashioned, Michael.
I just have other things on my mind.
Tractors and such.
Tobacco.
How is that coming, anyways?
We're getting into the busy season.
Yeah, you're not going to be here. Michael's not going to be here next week. and
Calling it.
He's
Calling my
calling it
shot.
right now
Yeah.
because he's going to be busy planting baby tobacco plants in the ground.
Yep.
And they grow up into cigarettes.
That's right. Hopefully.
Oh, I can't wait till they grow up into a
Delicious.
delicious cigarette.
Cigarettes.
Oh, I love
Yeah,
tobacco.
that's where it all starts. It's been a lot of work. Hopefully the weather cooperates and we'll go from there.
All right. Any business we have to take care of before we talk to Bad Reed here?
I don't know.
Charters. Charters. We have to mention Dave Charters. Yes. Well, number one, he's not here today. Does anyone know why? Oh, he had a performance to go to for his child today,
Oh,
which is a.
fair enough.
I'm gonna give him a fair enough for that one.
Yep.
Okay. Plus, there was enough people here we didn't need him, right?
Plus, he had a big weekend
Yeah.
recently.
But we had a band practice the other day, which is a rare thing for the Nocturnal Emissions. A rare thing. But we made a promise on the show that we would do it, and we did it, right? And what happened was great things happened. Magic happened. We actually wrote a song, and it might be the best song in the world. I'm not sure, but it might be. We had a great time, and I think it might turn into the best song ever written. By
possible.
Anyone, yeah.
Yeah.
And you know who wasn't there for it? The man that writes music for the show, Dave Charters.
That's right.
And I started thinking to myself, is there anything to that? Is there any correlation to that, right? How could it be that the man who writes the music for the show was not there and we still succeeded? And actually, I don't even think we succeeded. I think we excelled.
We wrote the best song ever.
Ever. With no help from him, eh?
Zero help.
And he pipes in today because he listened to it for the first
He
time.
critiqued it, yeah.
Yeah. Maybe we should do. No. Too late, Dave.
Yeah.
We made
you missed it.
awesomeness.
Yeah.
You're ruining it. Wes is still helping because he was part of it. He gets it. You don't get it, man. You weren't there. You didn't feel it in the room that night.
That's right.
Charters. And that's what happens. Now, what was the excuse on Tuesday? There was no excuse, right?
Nope.
No. If you look at the we can go into the Dutch Hall chatter. Dave's disappears magically when he has nothing good to say. Then it comes to showtime. He's not there, right? You don't even count on him. Well, we said we're going to go forward, make magic. It happened. Charters, go fuck yourself. That's all we can say. Now, this being said, everyone recognizes that Charters is horrible. In this room, we all recognize it, right?
Yep.
I travel with a man, and spend a weekend in a hotel room with him. Like, he's worse when you spend that much time with him, right? He's that bad. And I'm telling you, people love him.
Yeah.
And there's one lady in particular, which we have to get to in a segment we call feedback. We got feedback.
We got feedback. Feedback. Motherfucking feedback.
Motherfucking feedback.
Welcome to Feedback. We got feedback, everyone. This week's segment is brought to you by our good friends at Amazon. If you'd like to go to the Live from the Dutch Hall website, you can shut off your ad blockers and then click on our Amazon banners, and you can do your Amazon shopping, and some of the money from your purchases will come back and let us buy equipment that will replace the stuff that makes us sound like shit on YouTube
Yeah, we need some
because
help.
we got some
Yeah.
crackles and pops that we think we might have blown something in our little
Help
box. here.
Kevin smoke less cigarettes.
I
Yeah.
think it was charters.
It might have been charters that did this. It's the only explanation.
That's all.
Probably put honey goo all up in it.
Probably.
Fucking change.
Speaking of honey
Probably
goo,
put it up his ass.
Yeah, honey goo.
No, your whole system.
Oh yeah. Do you think he did that?
Maybe.
I don't think it would fit.
That little box.
Yeah, no. Charter's ass is surprisingly small. Have you ever seen it?
No.
Yeah, it's small.
for a
He's a
Polak,
big
eh?
guy, little tiny Hank Hill bum. Eh? Big friggin' box shoulders like this, little tiny bum.
Really?
Yeah, nothing there. I don't know how his pants even stay up. Anyways, where were we? Oh yeah, Norpac.
The beef people.
Norpac.
The beef people?
And one more time, Norpac.
The beef people.
That's the commercial.
That's the one.
That's the whole
one.
commercial.
Yep.
Isn't that
Sells
great?
itself.
Sells itself. You know where it is? It's in Norwich.
Yeah.
Good.
Norwich.
Norpac.
Beef people.
4 times, man. That's awesome. And Van Dyke Party Services. You know what? This time of year, we're going to get, you ever try to have a pool party maybe? The May 2 for a weekend, you go to a camp out? You want to go to a campground for May 2 for a weekend?
Yep. Get
Have
the
a
tent
nice
out.
time. Get your tent. We're going to go to a campground. We're going to have a good time on the weekend. Oh, unfortunately, all your friends are pear-shaped losers who are like the most boring people, can't tell a story.
Can't even put a tent up.
They don't know what they're doing. They're just like a bunch of bumbling idiots. The only reason you're friends with them is because you ended up living close to each other at some point in your life. And now you feel obligated to spend time with them, but they're not fun. You know it.
It's the
what
worst.
you need in your life is Van Dyke Party Services. Give us an email at livefromthedutchhall@gmail.com. We're going to send you between 5 and 29 Van Dyke First Cousins in bright yellow jackets, and you're going to have the time of your life. And all it's going to cost you is $100 of cold hard cash, plus all of our expenses, which will be dear.
Oh yes.
And if you're not 100% satisfied, we're going to return that $100, but those expenses have run through our bodies and potentially yours. Van Dyke Party Services,
Don't live your life in regret.
brought to you by our good friends at Clean Flow.
Oh, clean flow.
Clean Flow, God damn it, we love you.
Best
Honey, goo it up.
sponsors
Ever.
They're the best sponsors. And the only other person that I need to shout out is Yarmy Electric. And I honestly feel bad about this. Our campaign apparently has had a reverse effect on Yarmy Electric's business. I don't know what to do. You know, you people that listen to this program, I count on you to like do as I say, because you want to show allegiance because we give you entertainment week after week. You want to just do one thing I say. Do not call my cousin Derek Yarmy's business. He doesn't want to help you. He's fucking busy, okay? I don't know how to make this clearer for you, okay? This man, he's got a family. He's got shit to do. And if you fucking call him about... I have my basement that has to be finished, too, and I feel guilty about this. Derek's nice enough to do it. But the only reason he's going to do it is because I give him advertising that tells you people at home not to fucking call Derek.
He doesn't have time.
He doesn't have time to do your work.
He's got 12 kids.
He's got Pete's.
I think he's probably had 6 more since we started the show. He makes babies, people.
He smokes 10 packs of cigarettes a day.
Yeah. And he butts him out on a newborn baby that he has. That's how he babies and smokes. That's all he does. Anyways, Derek Yarmy Electric. If we don't get it right the first time, we'll get it right the second time. And if we don't get it right the second time,
You can go fuck yourself.
also brought to you by Clean Flow.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, that's all the ads out of the way. Now we have to get to,
Man, your advertisers love you.
yeah. Now we have to go to our feedback. You know, we had feedback on
Damn it. I'll never
It's
get
the effort that counts.
on YouTube. The Bailey Adcock, she gave us. She's a super fan. She's been here one time. She was here one time. She was part of our
Delicious
Death
gifts.
Pool, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and Delicious Gifts.
Oh, yes.
And Bailey said, your stories about the Comedy Store made me think a lot about the TV series I'm Dying Up Here. The trip sounds pretty stellar. And it was. That, you know, ever see that show, I'm Dying Up Here? Jim Carrey did it?
No.
It's on Showtime. It's about it's kind of like based on the Comedy Store. Anyways. You know, I just want to go back to that. It's been like 2 weeks since I was at the Comedy Store, and I didn't appreciate it when I was there, but I've had 2 weeks to think about it. That place is pretty freaking awesome.
Yeah, it's funny. Since you have been there, even for myself, I've been listening to lots of podcasts and whatnot, and the amount of people that talk about that place, like it's a so well known,
Legendary.
such legendary. Exactly.
Yeah, yeah. Like,
It's pretty cool. Yeah, that you.
and it's not only but it's so accessible too.
Right.
That's it's like if anybody, and I mean anybody, good or bad, wants to do comedy, they'll let you do it there.
That's crazy. Yeah.
That's the crazy part. It's like you figure a legendary place like that, like if you were gonna go play at the Viper Room or the El Macombo or something like that, that has something that has a big
There's a line.
Joe Blow
There's a-
can't
there's
get
a-
in there.
that
Yeah.
you'd have to accomplish a certain amount in your career before they let you play on that stage or whatever, right?
And then they have to open your email
yeah, yeah.
on top of that.
But this one is just like every single person that gets an opportunity to go up on at some point.
But you also, if you're shite, I mean,
You're not
you run the risk of being booed off the stage.
Oh yeah, and you'll only play like 1 o'clock in the belly room, you know, like you'll
Yeah.
only play the shitty to 2 people, and you know you'll get relegated to the free shows, and then yeah, that's how it kind of works. You graduate up, but it's all in one building, which is really cool because you can, if you're good, you can kind of like use it like a university and work your way up like in the thing
Yeah.
if you wanted to, if you were in that world of comedy, right? Which I don't think there's anything like that anywhere else really, where it's like you go like that. So I don't think I appreciated it when I went there, but the more I think about
Sounds like you do.
now I do, yeah.
There you go.
If I would go, I would actually go. I would go live in LA without thinking twice about it. I really would. I never thought that would be the case. Have you guys ever been there?
Would you
It's-
call it like relaxed?
Yeah, it's so you think it would be
Yeah.
like stressful or something, but it's not. And they always bitch about the traffic.
Traffic, yeah.
The traffic's nothing. It's just it's not as bad as it's like the same as
I
Toronto.
was gonna
It's,
say, is it Toronto?
I don't think Toronto's even worse. You know, like I don't think it's
Don't they
anything.
have
to
bigger
worry about.
highways like 5 lane?
Nah,
or-
they got kind of shitty roads. That's
Oh,
that's the
okay.
thing because they're kind of trapped with. It's like Seattle. Seattle's real bad for traffic because they got a mountain and they have
Bridges.
and the ocean and
Gotta
there's-
get through it somehow.
yeah. So there's only like a limit.
Certain
There's
ways.
so many roads and they keep putting more people in there. Anyways, I don't know. And then you know what? There's one person. This is the person I was mentioning to. She gives a present to charters.
Oh,
Oh yeah, specific to charters. She's our good friend, the cheese lady.
oh, the cheese lady.
Yeah, you know the cheese lady.
Yeah, let's check in on her. We're checking on the cheese lady, on the cheese lady, checking on the cheese lady, always on the run. Checking on the cheese lady, on the cheese lady, checking on the cheese lady, she's always having fun. Checking on the cheese lady, on the cheese lady, checking on the cheese lady, she's always on the run. Checking on the cheese lady, on the cheese lady, checking on the cheese lady. What happened to Pete's bum? She's worried about your bum.
The camera, my bum.
Oh, up your bum.
I wonder what, I wonder if I get the footage of that.
Right in the poop shirt.
Right in the poop shoot. Okay. Now I'm trying to find.
So she dropped a present for charters.
Yes, today on my doorstep, there's a beautiful cheese basket from the Second Mouse in Delhi from Teresa. You know Teresa from the Second Mouse. She listens.
She's a real delight.
She's a real delight. She gives us feedback each and every week. And this week's no exception, except I can't find my program on this thing.
It's the Michael Jackson drugs.
Yes, I think it might be. Oh, I got it on airplane mode. That would be the problem. Okay, sorry, technology.
It's on a plane.
So Teresa, is she still enamored with Dave? And is
She
cheese
gave
loving?
him his own present.
That's I'm
Well, what
wondering.
happened was
like-
she gave us a basket of cheese. There's a thing of cheese that's called Scotland cheddar,
okay.
right? And she says right in it that this is so that Dave can remember his grandma, because his grandma, says Dave's his grandson that loves cheese,
right.
and she was Scottish. This is how much she knows. This is how thoughtful a gift it was.
It's deep.
Scottish cheddar for just charters, right?
Deep
It must really
thoughts by the
stink.
cheese lady.
I bet you it really stinks.
Why would you say that? Because you think Scottish people stink?
Oh no, just for Dave.
Oh.
Must be stinky cheese for Dave.
It's a block
block?
of cheese.
Oh, that
yeah.
makes sense. Blockhead, block
Like
cheese.
his
Yeah.
head.
It's more like, because it's Scottish, and then it's shaped like his Polish head, right? And then, damn it, how do I get off airplane mode? Oh, there we go. There we go. Michael Jackson drugs. Sorry, guys. There we go.
Michael Jackson drugs.
Oh, look at all these messages. They're coming now that I did that. Okay. I'm so sorry. Fuck you. All right, cheese lady. I don't know what she said. I think she said she was going to give Cher some fucking cheese, and she did. And I want to say thank you. Not only that, there's I just want to say thank you to Teresa because I lost your message, but my phone's not behaving. Yes. There it is. Look at that, eh? Did my cheesy oh yeah, this was with regard to last week's episode. She says, did my cheese lady song chase those boys out the door? That was with regard to Nathan Parrott and Ryan Vandenbush. They left right as we were playing the cheese lady song. No, they said that they just got hungry for cheese.
They had to go.
And they had to go.
Yeah.
That was what it was about. And then she said she'd bring some Scotland cheddar next Thursday. And here it does not say 4 charters. It just says, I'll bring some Scotland cheddar next Thursday. But in the thing it says, it's not for you. It's not for Steve. It's not for Wes.
Just Dave.
Just Dave.
Fuck that.
Now, this has
What
happened.
about our guests?
Not even for the guests.
What?
No.
Wow.
Not for you guys either. You don't deserve it.
Horseshit.
And I'll tell you.
I've got some feedback.
Yeah. Peace, lady. Now, Charters is the only person. It's not only Teresa from the Second Most that does this. It's also, there's been a number of people in the past, super fans, who have only given specific Charters gifts. Like specific, this is for Charters, and this is for Charters, eh? Do you notice that? It's a fact. They haven't done it for anyone else. They haven't done it for you, Michael.
I'm okay with it.
No fans to give you something,
I want fucking
Okay.
gifts.
right?
Paul's mad.
Yeah, but Charters, not for Paul.
Paul could use some gifts.
There is Charters merchandise, though.
That is
yes.
right.
He is the only
He is the
person
only
who
one with
has
merchandise.
specific merchandise.
Yeah,
Do you think we could-
lighters?
Yeah, do you think...
They're not necessarily positive towards him, but
No,
it
but
is
they're
merch.
hot sellers. They're hot sellers. Cheddar Sucks Balls lighters are gone. Like the Rooster Sucks Balls lighters are sold
Hotcakes.
out. And I have to go to production line again for those. And then there's only a limited quantity of mini Fuck Charters lighters left, which you can get on our Facebook page if you'd like to, as long as we're doing ads. And you know, the Haitian Dwarf. I want to give a shout out to the Haitian Dwarf. We don't have feedback from him this week. But it's been a while. The Haitian Dwarf has been missing, and every time it's been a long hiatus with the Haitian Dwarf, you have to wonder if something's gone on with that little bastard, right?
Yes.
And I worry for him. I want to know if anyone sees him, if anyone's got any Haitian Dwarf sightings or whatever, send us an email, livefromdutchhall@gmail.com, or send us a picture on Instagram or Facebook or something like that, and let us know if you've seen the Haitian Dwarf, because we're worried about the guy.
Yeah, hopefully he's kicking around.
I
Yes.
thought he lost his mind at Brantford and was going to kick your ass.
Was that him?
That's the last time you saw him.
He threw his jacket right at me.
Yeah, he's pissed off.
Yeah.
Right into traffic.
Maybe he was on Michael Jackson drugs.
Yeah. He kicked a garbage can.
He sure did.
That guy was. You antagonized him, Steve.
I did.
I don't think he was after me. I think he was after you. I really do.
He got us confused.
No, you talk shit to him at the thing, and then you just don't think he's mad at you. You were
That
like,
guy was fucked up all night.
Yeah.
I said one thing to him, and he threw his coat at you.
I think he threw it at you. I think he threw it
No
at you.
way. He totally attacked you. It was awesome.
Oh yeah, I didn't think it was me. He had no beef with me. Anyways, yeah, he was good at the fidget spinners. Anyways, we got to get to our guests tonight. Our guests tonight. Yeah. They are very, very talented, and I've had the pleasure of exploding in anger in front of them, and showing you the worst of myself. And then also, I've been able to listen to you play music, and I've been very happy about it. So the first song you played tonight, can you tell us what the name of that song was?
Space Cushion.
Space Cushion. And is that off of? Can people get that now?
You can watch a live off the floor version of it on YouTube. You can't buy it yet.
Can't buy it yet. Oh, that's how exclusive it is.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, you hear that, people? Anyways, we're really happy to have you guys in. And before you get the next song you're going to play for us, would you want to do anything to set it up?
It's called Flaming Yawn. It's a little bit quicker than the other one. It's a pun on the word filet mignon. It came to me when I woke up one day from a nap in a cold sweat. And I said Flaming Yawn, and that was it.
Oh, that's perfect. Good lead-in.
Yeah. Ready?
Yeah, hit it.
Kick it. Paul McDougall on guitar.
great, man. That was great.
That's it.
How long you guys been playing together?
Sydney and I for probably like 4 years or so. George joined Bad Reed back in
August.
August of 2017, and Paul joined.
3 weeks ago.
There
Yeah.
you go.
New guy.
Something like
A
that.
couple months ago.
FNG, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah. And Paul, I was talking to Paul earlier. You are an immigrant to Brantford,
Indeed.
and also like a wide-eyed immigrant to Brantford.
Indeed.
And like Costa,
Yeah.
you're like Brantford like through and through, right?
Yeah.
Because
I
like
was born in Brantford.
yeah, and like in your family owns like an institution in Brantford, right?
Yeah.
Right? Like
They should be one of your advertisers.
yeah. Well, we'll give them a free plug because they don't need it though. But Admiral,
Go for it.
yeah, the Admiral
Yeah.
Submarine, like right on the corner there. It's like that's a staple of Brantford, man.
Yeah.
That's like that is the only thing that made it.
For like 30 years now.
Yeah, yeah. That is like that's something that I'm so happy is still downtown Brantford, right?
Which like I love my family's business, but like it's unfortunate that Brantford is defined by like a fast food restaurant downtown. That is unfortunate, but it happens to be my family restaurant, so go there anyway.
Yeah. Oh, it's awesome there. And
Cheese balls. Chicken finger poutine.
Ooh. Oh.
It's funny how it's like
They don't-
not the subs, right?
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like
yeah.
hey buddy and Delhi.
the chicken finger sub is really fucking good.
Whoa.
Really?
Yeah. No,
That sounds good.
Hot dog with ketchup and mayo.
I got
Really?
I got ideas for you.
I
After
like
this.
that.
So you see that a guy like Paul moves into Brantford, loves it, right?
Yeah.
You've been there your whole life. Do you see that as being something that, like, can you, do you take it for granted, the things that Paul loves about your city, or do you see it as well?
Probably a little bit of both,
Yeah.
right? Like sometimes I'm frustrated with Brantford in certain ways, but it's a beautiful place. I mean, especially since Paul has a young one, so it's a
Yeah,
good place
it's
probably
nice.
to raise a family sort of thing,
You
right?
grew up in the city, right?
I grew up in Toronto, yeah, or North York, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So like a lot of people are just moving more out this way to get because it's cheaper, right, to live.
Yeah.
Is that what it is mostly?
Yeah, I mean, budget and beauty, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But Hamilton is not as beautiful as Brantford, if you ask me. And you spend a lot more money there too. So
Oh yeah, yeah. Have you ever been to Delhi?
I have been to Delhi.
Oh yeah, it's gorgeous. You ever been down by the dam when they got the lights on?
Qantas?
Qantas? Oh, it's gorgeous, beautiful. You ever see the Tobacco Museum in the moonlight?
Ever been to Dave's Variety?
Oh yeah, great smokes. Anyways, sorry, we can all reminisce about our towns. Delhi. It's a piece of shit, but I love it, eh? Like, you know, that's the thing about it. There's like scars in every town, but you can find the like gems in it, eh? And then
Yep.
and really figure out that it's good everywhere. That's what I mean. Like, the more I travel, and you would just know this, Sydney, because you just came back from a big travel.
Yeah. I went to Croatia, and then I spent a couple days in Amsterdam.
Do you remember Amsterdam at all?
Vaguely. Definitely went to a peep show.
Oh,
And she liked me, actually. My friends were like, what were you doing? I was like, I'm just smiling. Like, she was like, hey.
Was it one
That's
where
fun.
she's on a carousel?
Like, she was like, yeah, she's in the middle, and you just put your €2 in. Because
Yeah, yeah.
the sex show was €45, and I, like, spent all my money on other things. So.
Yeah, I didn't go to the sex show either.
No, it's too much money. I, like, got my fill. We went to the sex museum as well, which is basically just porn.
Yeah.
Just, like, spend an hour walking around
TVs.
looking at porn.
Yeah, yeah. I
was
went
fun.
into the booth with my friends and watched porno with them.
Yeah.
And like a
Like
photo booth.
the booth where you just like watch a pre-recorded porn.
times.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I preferred seeing the live girl because it was fun to interact with her.
Yeah, I did that too, though.
Yeah.
That was cool. The window pops up and then
Yeah,
you
and
see
then
the
it's
girl.
just
yeah.
there. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was neat too.
Yeah, that was fun.
And they have a big like dick when you go in there. Like it's
Yes, there was like there were lots of dicks you could ride and stuff.
yeah, yeah.
I wanted to see a couple show, but they were like, no, there's no couples tonight. I'm like,
Oh, yeah,
all right,
yeah.
come on. Like,
Yeah, I wanted to, and then my classmate when I was over, she had gone to a live sex show, and she says you got to do it, Pete.
Yeah.
It's so good, and I regretted it ever
I
since.
heard good things, especially about certain couples.
Oh yeah.
There were certain shows that were better than others, and like certain couples
don't
that were like
know.
already together in real life, so it's
Yeah.
really fun to watch them. And
Most of them are like I heard they are couples.
did you hear about like Bananarama? I think they call it
No.
the Banana Show. Apparently, it's just like they just put all different things inside of themselves.
Oh.
I didn't go.
Not just bananas.
Not just bananas, but bananas are included.
Banana must be like the highlight, like the closer.
It's like produce, like
Yeah.
cucumbers and stuff.
They try it all.
Maybe it's like Gallagher, the end with the watermelon.
That's the finale.
Yeah. It's great. I wish Charters was here for this one because we went one time to Brantford to Lovely's. At the time, it was Lovely's, but now it's Seductions or whatever. The strip club by the train station.
Oh, yeah.
The Gentleman's Club.
Yeah, the Gentleman's Club. Sorry. And we went there one time.
There.
Lots of gentlemen walking around there.
There was a feature there called it was Selena Steele was her name, and she was a adult film star.
Okay.
And I think it was Dave. I'm not sure. I don't want to speak. We were young at the time, and he said you got to go see this girl. She's like headlining at the titty bar or whatever. So I go okay, and I go to see her. They go, you're not gonna believe it, right? Actually, Charters was there because there's one part of the story that's integral to Dave being there because he gets humiliated and it's funny. But this girl, you see her on stage. She gets naked like a normal dancer does. But then one time she goes off stage, when she's going to come in for the second song, and then she's like, you can see she's like shoving something in there,
Surprise.
Yeah, surprise. She's just sitting there and her hand is kind of moving down in her lap, And she's just like for a while, and then she comes out and there's like a little bead of pearls like sticking out of her hoo-ha.
That old
right?
chestnut.
Yeah. Anyways, she goes to my other buddy. It wasn't Charters. She puts the beads in his mouth, and then she starts backing away from him, and like letting it out, right? And then she's like letting it out, she goes all the way to the other end of the stage. So she's like at the back of the stage, and then she starts like a skipping rope, like she's holding it in her crotch or whatever. Wow. It's in his teeth.
What a trick.
And she's like just spinning around like this, right? At the end of it, it was like a clump of friggin' pearls, like a whole huge amount of pearls like that she fit in there. It was really impressive.
Right in the garbage after that, or reuse?
No, but you know what? Her fingers did get
on eBay.
Her fingers did get a bit sticky from the process. And what she decided to do on it, which is the part I like the most, was she came over to Charters and she smeared it on his glasses. Oh. And he had like the snail trail on his glasses.
A bit of a fog.
That's dead true, too. Every story ends up with some humiliating thing happening to poor Dave, eh? That is true, though. That really did happen. Snail trail on the old glasses there. Anyways, I got sidetracked. My point was, you went to Croatia and Holland, the motherland for us.
Yep.
And do you find, after your travels, that the people were much different than we are?
I mean, yeah, there are definite differences. Like when you're getting in a bit of an altercation with the tram lady because you didn't see the thing where you dig in, and she's like so mad, but she's not actually that mad, because here, if she were talking to her like that, she'd be like pissed and this would be like a big deal. But she's just like, what the hell? What, you don't understand? You don't see? That's why you need to keep your eyes open. You're just like, oh, okay, sorry. Like, oh my God.
That sounds like Dutch people, yeah?
Yeah, exactly. Just Dutch people.
Yeah.
And I know that, so I'm like, oh yeah, whatever. Like, ding it a couple times and just laugh about it. But
was Croatians like that too?
Croatians, well, like they call you lady a lot, and like instead of ma'am, but lady sounds so much more like, come on, please, lady.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
You get lady all the time, so you just get used to that one. It's just funny. They were really nice usually.
What are the dudes like in Croatia?
I didn't get any weird things. No. Like I've heard friends talk about like being in Nicaragua and stuff and getting like lots of, and like sometimes I got that, but mostly it wasn't so bad. If it did happen, I'd just be like.
Yeah, when I was in France, those guys were ridiculously aggressive, and Italy too, the Italians.
Interesting. No, I didn't actually run into too much of that. Although, I was walking down the pier in Split in Croatia, and these locals, we were in like a local area, like all these people drinking on the pier, and this girl runs up with this guy, and she's like, "Hi, this is my brother. He wants to play with you." And I was like, "Oh, like, well, I just, I can't really, I'm not going to do that. Like, I'm in a relationship with a guy, so I can maybe be with you." And she's like, "Oh, well, he's not my brother. He's my ex-lover, and he got me pregnant in high school. Be with both of us." Like, oh my gosh.
Really?
Wow.
It's very forward, yeah.
I know, it was.
Fuck it, he's not my brother.
Yeah, oh, my God. Oh, it was funny. So, yeah. And he didn't really speak any English, so she was speaking for him, and he was, like, really confused and upset.
Oh, yeah, I think he knew exactly what was going on.
He was very embarrassed.
Yeah, this will work out, yeah. Well, I'd be saying that, too. I was like, yeah, tell this girl, what are you saying? What are you saying? And it was like,
yeah, it was. She said play, and he was like, no. And she's like, yeah, don't worry. Like,
yeah. No, I don't want to play. I want to do horrible things.
That's how you say it. Oh, my God.
I was going for something different. I was going for everyone's all the same everywhere. Yeah, but they're not.
Yeah, no. Well, I mean, but that kind of stuff happens all over the place.
Yeah.
I get into weird situations with people all the time.
Right.
So that was pretty normal. I just.
Yeah, that's what they say about going traveling someplace where it's safe. And it's like, well, have you been to the States? Have you been like to the?
I've been to-
even in some parts of Toronto, it's not that safe.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So like, you go to these other countries, and there's a lot of times they got a reputation for being not safe, but they're like totally
Yeah.
fine. It's just you have to be cool with it. And it's better if you have a local, right? You know. Did you know people when
we
you were there?
didn't know anyone there, but I was just with 2 other friends who travel a lot. We chose Croatia because it was somewhere neither of them had ever been.
Oh yeah.
But just being together was good, and we just like went with our gut and chose good hostels. Like tried to find like good rated hostels that weren't too expensive. I don't know. We got lucky, I guess. We didn't rent.
There's a lot of that infrastructure there, though. Like you can do that really cool in
it was
Europe.
it was pretty easy to do, actually. Yeah, we found some fun stuff.
Awesome. You can do it again?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd love to do
Fun
that.
show.
I want to do
didn't
it with
spend
my
enough
kids
time in
now.
Amsterdam, so I have to go back too because I was only there for 3 days.
Oh yeah.
And then on to somewhere else. But
Did
I didn't
you
get
do
into
Anne
the.
Frank's
No,
house?
that was what I needed to do, and
Neither did I.
we didn't get in. But I really want to actually. But I went to the cheese museum mostly just to sample. It actually was like you just walk into the showroom and just like, oh, it's so good. But I did buy some of the old Amsterdam Gouda for my dad.
Oh yeah.
At home.
Gouda.
For my dad because I got to eat it too. But it was like
It's so good.
Yeah.
so good.
Save me from myself.
That's a keeper.
George,
Yes.
you haven't said much. Are you? Are you from Brantford as well?
Born in Ottawa, but raised in Brantford. I've been back and forth a bunch.
Oh yeah. So you still have ties to Ottawa?
Yeah.
fa-
Like my brothers and sisters all live there,
Oh yeah.
and my aunts and uncles. It's just me and my mom in this Brantford, and she's in Cambridge.
Oh yeah.
I
I'm gonna keep going with this. Sorry, I'm losing. Sorry, Paul. Or George, I'm sorry. I'm putting you on the spot,
Or
and I didn't
Ringo.
even know where I was going. I was just starting with you to bug you, and I had no place to go. I'm
all
on
right.
I'm on a lot of the drugs today, George, and I apologize. You like Brantford though?
yeah. I don't.
You don't like it like he does.
No, I don't. I'm not infatuated with it right now. I'm just.
Whoa, infatuated.
Oh yeah.
No,
If you-
sorry, I didn't mean that.
You do have a-
Stalking Brantford.
Yeah. If Brantford was a girl, she'd have a restraining order on you.
Well, there's the Dahmer line, and you're on the right side of it, I think, with Brantford. You know what I mean? That like fine line of whether Brantford's into you or not. Because if Brantford wasn't into you, then you'd be the wrong
Oh,
Dahmer.
yeah.
That's the thing.
I bet you Brantford
Yeah.
is into Paul, right?
Oh, I think so.
Brantford likes you.
We do.
Participate.
They would like anybody, right?
Yeah.
You taught some kids some uke today.
They're like a fat girl in high school, right?
Neighborhood.
Is that a bad joke? I'm sorry. I don't. I'm so stupid. Can we?
They probably got a song, no?
Yeah, we should play one more. We should play another song, but I don't want. I don't want. Can we do like? Let's do something like. Let's do something different.
Okay.
Can we all do? I really like. Can we do a game before we do the last song? We'll do the last song to play out. Do you have any gigs you want to promote? Yes.
Yes, this Saturday.
This Saturday.
May 19th. Bad Read, of course, with Drunken Uncle, who was here
Alright.
last time.
Sweet.
And a band called Crown Lands, who's blowing up right now. They're
Nice.
they've been featured on Spotify, BBC, CP24, like a bunch of stuff. So I'm stoked to be sharing the bill with those guys.
Cool. Where's that at?
That's at 2 Doors Down in Brantford.
In Brantford.
Yeah.
At starting on what?
Market in Chatham.
You gotta get tickets in advance,
No, show up early or you won't get in.
or you won't get in.
Yeah. That's how
Awesome.
it goes.
Cool.
Yeah, 11 to 2. Starts
Okay.
Starts at 11.
That's cool. I'm actually. I have a gig at Yuck Yucks next Wednesday. I guess I'm doing a corporate
Which
gig.
Yuck Yucks?
Hamilton. Sorry, Yuck Yucks Hamilton next Wednesday at 9 o'clock. That's why I'll do that. Throw that in too. And then, what I want to do is a game that we do on this show, and we just started playing it. Michael is the best at it. Okay, and it's called Positive Stereotypes.
Oh yeah.
And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go around. I'm going to give you another like ethnic group or just a group of people, like a marginalized group of people. No, just kidding. Like no, I'm going to tell you people that can be separated by anything, you know, and then you would have to tell me a positive stereotype to do with that particular group of people, right? We're just going to do a little around the room, right?
I like it.
Right? And who I'm going to start with is Michael, but so you can see how it's done, okay? Michael?
Okay.
The Swedes.
The Swedes. Wow. Beautiful women. What are they good at, right?
No, a positive stereotype.
Positive stereotype. Beautiful people. Excellent hockey players.
Or you're just going to go on with the Swedes, eh?
Yeah, the Swedes.
Big
I like
fan
the
of
Swedes.
I had no idea you felt so good about the Swedes.
Yeah, I like the Swedes a lot. I like their sense of like they work as a group happily together. I love that. The Swedes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a lot of good stuff.
Yeah, the Swedes, great people.
Steven, I'm going to go to you now.
Blonde flowing hair.
Steven, the Jews.
They are great with money.
Bingo.
You know, it seems like it seems positive, right?
Coming from Steve.
Wes, you want to play? Sure. Okay, Wes is is going to be the Filipinos. Filipinos, Wes.
Good factory workers.
There you go, Wes. There you go. That's how you play.
That is how you play. Okay, this is it. You're the first of bad read to go. Are you ready for this, Paul?
I think so.
Okay. Okay, Paul. I'm going to make this really... I don't know if I should go easy or hard on Paul. Paul's a Toronto guy, so I want to know. He might be a little bit more puckered than the rest of them, so I may have to go hardcore. Also, he's seen some things. He's been around some ethnicities, so he might have some interesting perspectives. I'm not going to take this lightly is what I'm saying here. I'm thinking it through.
All right.
I'm going to go Vietnamese.
Oh, pho.
Soup. Good soup.
Nailed it.
That was too easy.
Too easy. Home run. Home
Wait.
run.
Now I got to go with Costa. Costa's a Greek, eh? So I got to think who are the Greeks' mortal enemies.
That's what
right?
you got to start with that.
Yeah.
You know who they are, right?
The Italians, right? No? Portuguese?
Sure. Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
Starts with a T.
Oh, the Turks. Oh, yes, the Turks. Okay, something positive about the Turks.
They're hash.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
See, we're mending fences.
We're taking the wall down one brick at a time, right?
Yeah.
One hash joint.
Turks and the Greeks are getting together, smoking a little hash joint.
It'll work.
I love it. Okay. Now, you know what I'm going to do? Because you're the only lady in the room that's playing this game.
All right.
I'm going to give you a difficult one.
Okay.
The fellas. Men in general.
Oh.
I feel we need some shine.
There's lots of good things about men.
That's one of them.
Yeah.
I need one today.
You know, like, well, the one nice thing is that you can give them shit and they're pretty cool with you after. Women, I can't give women any shit usually. I have to fight. It's really hard to find women who can take my shit. And like, you know, guys, like when you piss me off and just like, yo, fuck you, and then like, we're friends. Oh, I'm sorry, can I say that?
Yeah.
Yes.
No, it's been said, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, that's a good one.
Great answer.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I feel we need a bit of shine. And now we're going to close it. Oh, no, Paul can close. Or Kevin or whatever. I forgot what we used to. But here we go. This is a tough one for you. Very tough.
All right.
I'm going to go with the Hindus.
Wow.
Religion now we're talking.
Our religion. Peaceful.
Ah,
They don't hurt anyone.
No, never hurt anyone.
But
That's
maybe,
true, right?
maybe they
That's the
probably
answer.
have actually.
Do they?
I don't know.
You know, they got this thing where there's like,
You know what?
they got this thing where there's like a cow and it drinks milk from a spoon, and once a year, if it drinks the milk, it's not a cow, it's just a figurine of a cow. It's made out of like limestone, and they stick it into a spoon with milk, and if the cow drinks the milk, then something great's gonna happen.
Really?
Yeah, when I was in
4
England,
more weeks of winter.
when I was in England, it really happened. The cow drank from the fucking milk, and the Hindus went crazy.
It was good times?
Yeah, it was party time, man.
Celebration.
Cow drank the milk. Yeah, my roommate was a Hindu. And he was like, this is a big deal. You want to come to my relatives? I'm like, no. I said, this sounds crazy, you know? That's like a cult of some sort, right? But anyways, that's not a positive stereotype. You said peaceful. Better answer. Paul. You know what? I'm going to go with you. Give it to me about the blacks, Paul.
Whoa.
What do you guys say nice about them?
Yeah, they're wonderful at basketball.
Ah, that's cliche.
What? They're good, very good dancers.
There you go. No,
Yep.
that is both positive stereotypes. Black people have the most positive stereotypes, you know, but they also have the most negative. They have the most in general. And Kevin, I'm going.
Nice segue.
You're a Frenchman, England. The English, and I mean the proper English. I should have given that one to you because you don't like the English, right?
They're all good cunts.
Good swear words.
Good swear words.
Cunt is originated from that, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Cunting. To
Is
turn it
cunting a
into-
town?
Like,
Cunting.
that's
That's
awesome.
a bad word on this show.
Canterbury.
What's
Cunting?
cunting?
Cunting? That's like the process of cunt.
It's just,
Or
you wanna
like-
say
That's
it
not
more,
a stereotype,
like just,
though. What's a good friggin' English stereotype? Gee, I can't even think of anything. Fish and chips.
Yeah, and you know what? They don't have any apprehension about their bad oral hygiene,
Yikes.
right? They have like a lot of oral confidence. Is that a compliment?
Yeah.
Right?
Sure.
This is because a bad stereotype would be that they have bad teeth, right? Anyways, that was just to kill time, everyone. I am. So now, I just want to tell you guys, thank you so much for putting up with me today. I'm kind of half
Thank you.
out of it.
Thanks
I
for
really
having
do
us, Pete.
appreciate it. I love having you guys in. Thank you, Nocturnal Emissions, for putting up with me as well today. You got one more song to play for us before we go out. What are you going to play?
We're going to do a song called Stained Glass.
Stained Glass?
You
Oh,
can
yeah.
find a video of it on YouTube.
Yeah, I watched it today.
Did you?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, right on.
I was going through the Bad Read playlist today on YouTube.
Yeah.
So we got it's Stained Glass. So before you guys play it, if you'd like to go see them this Saturday at Two Doors Down in Brantford, they got a great lineup there. Get there early so that you can get a place to watch them.
11 to 2. Get there early.
And
These guys have good memories.
and also you can look them up on YouTube or go to badreadband.com. And
Check it out.
and you would like to support us, you can always give us feedback at livefromthedutchhall@gmail.com, or you can like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and do all that stuff. And so until then, we will see you, NT. See you next Thursday. Thank you very much, Bad Read. Let's hear it. Let's hear it one more time. for
Take it
Bad
away.
Read.
Yeah, Brad Reed.
Thanks, guys. Thank you so much. George, this one's you and me. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4.
I woke in the morning with the sun in my eyes and a smile. I woke in the morning with the sunrise and I cried. I woke with the sunrise sun in my eyes and all my pain was justified. I woke in the morning as but I know I could go and take it alone. I held it again and my phone sang, you hold on. I know how you think, what I say is a lie, told to hurt. But disagreeing with you isn't reason for me to be in worried. Your time, yeah, well, just because this fungus he has a certain mind view. It makes these music fluctuate all through the trees. Ever in I could die. But I know I could go and take it alone. I held it
awesome, guys. That's how you end it off.
We're still going.
I'm sorry, that was my bad.
No, that wasn't me.
My
though.
bad.
That was the amount of time.
Yeah, it was about the amount of time.